What is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another Pittsburgh Steelers video. And today I am predicting my Pittsburgh Steelers 2024-2025 NFL season. So, my predictions of the schedule and how many wins are we going to have, how many losses we're going to have. So, right now I am doing my predictions. But if you are new to my channel, my name is Bruin Steel. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite NFL team below. But let's get to it. Can't wait for this NFL season, despite my Pittsburgh Steelers is in a rebuilding situation right now. But I'm just making my predictions now. I'm going to keep track of the record on my phone. So let's get started. I'm not going to talk too much details about each game. I'm just going to share what my thoughts is and just see if we can do this prediction video. So let's get started. Starting off week one, it's a Sunday, September 8th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It is our season opener, and it's against the Atlanta Falcons. Interesting fact is that our offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, is actually used to be the head coach for the Falcons. So that's great. So that's kind of funny, actually. I meant to say it's kind of funny, but. Talking about this game, we seem to play the Falcons really well on the road. I just feel like, I'm not quite sure because, we have to see if because we all know, let's just say this, we all know that Arthur Smith knows the Falcons well. And I think that we can use that in our advantage. And we seem to play really well in Atlanta. I think the last couple of times we played in Atlanta, we ended up beating the Falcons. So this is a no-brainer. I might be right in this, but the offense definitely needs to step up. The offense definitely needs to step up, and the defense definitely needs to step up. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my prediction for Week One. I got my Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Steelers will get the Falcons in this one. When was the last time the Steelers actually blown out someone? I honestly don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think that we win by like maybe 3 points or 2 points, to be honest. Because Mike Tomlin, we just like basically just play down the competition. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that we will win against the Falcons. I got the Steelers winning against the Falcons in Week One, so that will put our record to 1-0. All right. So Week One, we got Falcons, and we are winning that one. That is my prediction. So we start off the season 1-0. Week two, we are on the road again. Sunday, September 15th at 4:25 p.m. It's a late afternoon game, Eastern Time, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's at Denver, in Powered Field at Mile High. And this is what I got to say. I mean, we seem to play really well against Denver as well. Obviously, the big story is Russell Wilson going back to Denver to his old team to play. And that's another thing is Russell Wilson can know the Denver Broncos really well. Um, Russell Wilson can knows Denver really well. So we could use that as our advantage. Um, but I think we could do it. Denver is a tough team. Denver has just been people are saying that Denver been falling out throughout the years. But I think we can do it. So I mean, like I said, we could lose any of these games, the first two games. But I just feel like the offense could come through, defense could come through. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that we win Week Two against the Denver Broncos, and we will that will put our record to 2-0. So yeah, 2-0 going into week three. The season is going to be a little tough. All right, so moving on to week three. It's a Sunday, September 22nd game at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's at Arkansas Stadium, so it's our home opener, and we're playing against the Los Angeles Chargers. So this is going to be probably our toughest opponent. The Chargers, they have always give us issues in the past, and that's just the thing, though. Um, I feel like we're gonna struggle. I feel like we will put up some fight, but I just feel like the Chargers will be the better team in this one. So I can actually see us dropping our home opener against the Chargers. So I got us losing or to the Los Angeles Chargers. I just feel like we're gonna lose to the Chargers. We're gonna drop the home opener. So I have us losing this game in week 3 in our home opener. So we're gonna be dropping down to 2-1. All right. So moving on to week 4. It's a Sunday afternoon game, September 29th, at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and we play the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this is what I got to say. We seem to have the Colts numbers, but a couple times we actually struggled against them. But, I just feel like we could come through after a bad loss, week 3 against the Chargers. So I think we regroup and actually get a win over the Colts. I think that we have the Colts numbers. It might be tough, it might be not, but I think we have the Colts numbers. I have us beating the Colts in week 4, so that will bring our record up to a 3-1. So 3-1 going into week 5. So week 5 is a Sunday game. It's October 6th, and it's a evening. It's a Sunday night game at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time against the Dallas Cowboys at Arkansas Stadium. So another home game. Look, I just feel like the Dallas Cowboys gives us a lot of issues, and it's just they're a great team, Dak Prescott is an amazing quarterback, and if you guys don't know or don't know, if you guys know or don't know, I despise the Cowboys. I hate them. But they have a hell of a team, man. But I think that the Cowboys will get our numbers. I just feel like we're going to struggle against the Cowboys. So, yeah, I got the Dallas Cowboys beating my Pittsburgh Steelers in week 5. So, we will be dropping down to 3-2. So that's basically it. So week 6. Week 6 at the Week 6 at the Las Vegas Raiders, Sunday night, it's a Sunday afternoon game, October 13th at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time at Allegiant Stadium. Is on the road. I think, look, the Raiders have our numbers ever since they had Derek Carr. I just feel like it's really hard to play at, they used to be Oakland Raiders. But I feel like it's really hard to play the Raiders on the road. I think that they're just going to give us more issues. So week 6, I actually think that we drop another game. Week 6, I think we drop this game to the Raiders, and we are at 3-3. It's really disappointing, but it is what it is. I just feel like the Raiders and Cowboys are a tough team for us. But we have to see what happens. So going into week 7, we are 3-3 on the season. So week 7, Sunday night football, once again, the October 20th at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. A home game for the Steelers against the New York Jets. And look, last time we played the Jets, Kenny Pickett actually started, and we ended up losing. But I feel like we could get the Jets this time. The Jets obviously are hoping that Aaron Rodgers is not going to be having another season injury. So I just feel like we could get the win right here. It's not going to be high scoring. That'd be awesome if it's high scoring. But I definitely don't see this game being a high scoring game. But I do believe the Pittsburgh Steelers can win this game. So I think the Steelers regroup and win against the Jets week 7, so our record will be 4-3. So a pickup win for the Steelers over the Jets in week 7, and that will put our record at 4-3 on the season. All right, week 8. It's a Monday night. It's a lot of night games. Week 8, Monday, October 28th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time against the New York Giants. This is at Arkansas Stadium. So obviously we seem to have we seem to have the Giants numbers right here. There's no doubt about it. Daniel Jones, he's a complete train wreck right now. Obviously, when they had Eli Manning, we still had their numbers. So you never know. The Giants could actually beat us right here, get their redemption from all those times we beat them. But I feel like the Steelers are still good enough to beat the Giants here. So week 8, I got the Steelers winning at home against the Giants, so that will put our record to 5-3 going into the bye week. So week 9 is basically where our bye week is. Um, so week 9 is our bye week. Obviously, rest, and then we go down the road. Um, we go down the road again. So week 10 is a Sunday, November 10th, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time at Northwest Stadium against the Washington Commanders. Um, this is going to be a tough one. I feel like, it's just like, I mean, Washington, they are okay, I guess, but, I honestly think Washington could get us here, but I feel like the Steelers will have the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat the Washington Commanders off of their bye against the Commanders. So that will put our record to 6-3. All right. Week 7. Weeks. Excuse me, not week 17. Oh my God. Week 11. Sunday, November 17th. At 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a home game against our rivals, the Baltimore Ravens. So the Baltimore Ravens are always tough to play. I just feel like the Ravens are just so hard to face off. The history between the Steelers and the Ravens, big rivalry right there, guys. So, and I just feel like the Baltimore Ravens have our numbers at home. A couple times, the Steelers. A couple times the Steelers have beaten the Ravens at home, but I feel like the Ravens could get us here. They had a hell of a team last season. So basically, I just feel like maybe it could go either way, but I actually think the Ravens will get us here. So give me the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens steals a win in Pittsburgh in Week 11. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that we lose um, at home against Baltimore. So that would put our record to 6-4. So week 12, Thursday, it's November 21st, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, another nighter game, another evening game. Just crazy how many evening games we're gonna play. And this time we're on the road against the Cleveland Browns. So the Cleveland Browns, um, the history between Cleveland and the Steelers, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Kind of a little bit of a rivalry right there, but I just feel like Cleveland had their numbers a couple times in the past. We had their numbers, but overall, Cleveland they honestly have some weapons. They definitely have the weapons there. But basically, this is what I just think. I just feel like we could split with Cleveland. I definitely will see us splitting with Baltimore. But Cleveland, man, I actually think, never mind, I actually think we sweep Cleveland this year. I might be wrong, but I think with Russell Wilson, really depends if Russell Wilson gets hurt. That'll be a bummer. But I actually think we get Cleveland here. If you guys know our record in Cleveland, it's crazy. Like when we had Ben Roethlisberger, we owned the hell of Cleveland. I think we do it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Steelers beat the Browns on the road in Week 12. So that will put our record to 7-4. All right. So going to Week 13, we got a afternoon game, December 1st, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It is at the Cincinnati Bengals. And once again, we seem to own the Bengals away. We seem to own the Bengals on the road, but you never know. The Bengals could come up with a win. That's just going to be it. The Bengals, I think the Bengals could be good enough to beat us right here. I feel like the Bengals are great at home. I feel like we're good on the road. We definitely have a track record against the Bengals on the road. We are a hell of a team when we're on the road against Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Um, but I definitely could see us winning. But for some odd reason, I have a feeling Bengals could get us. So I'm actually think that the Bengals. I actually think the Bengals could get us here. So I'm gonna say that the Bengals get us here in Week 13 on the road. Bengals beat the Steelers in Week 13. So that will drop our record to a 7-5 record on the season. So Bengals will get one on us. Week 14. Week 14 is Sunday, December 8th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's a home game against the Cleveland Browns. And that's just the thing though. After our bye, we just had a huge stretch of division games. It's just crazy, man. But week 14 against the Cleveland Browns, like I said, I think we sweep Cleveland this year. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we beat Cleveland in or at Arkansas Stadium at home. So that will put our record back at an 8-5. 8-5 record. At beating Cleveland. I have Cleveland. I have the Steelers beating the Browns in Week 14 at home. All right. So this is where our season gets a little tough, to be honest. Week 15 is December 15th. It's a late afternoon game, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time at Lincoln Financial Field. We go on the road and play the Philadelphia Eagles. And we all know the history, man. This Pittsburgh Steelers have not won in Philadelphia since 82 or something, or 83. It's ridiculous. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they're just a superior team despite them struggling last season, like towards the end of last season. But I just feel like that streak is gonna go ahead. Like, when is this team? I'll be damn surprised if we actually break that streak and actually beat the Eagles. And that's just it, because Philadelphia, they just have a great team in Jalen Hurts, and obviously we traded Kenny Pickett. That'd be funny if Jalen Hurts got hurt and then we have to face off against Kenny Pickett. But the thing is, like, we haven't beaten Philadelphia in like so many years, like so long. But I feel like Philadelphia Eagles can just continue that streak. So I think we struggle in Philadelphia once again. We lose to the Eagles, so we go ahead and drop to 8-6. Um, all right, so week 16, Saturday. It's a Saturday game. Wow, Saturday game at the December 21st, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's at the Baltimore Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium. And I just feel like we're gonna split with Baltimore. So who did I have winning in the Baltimore game? I don't remember. Was it? I mean, I think I had the Ravens beating us. Let me think. I might have had the Ravens beating us. So week 16, yeah, week 6. I think I had the Ravens beating us. I don't remember. But let me just see real quick. Sorry, guys. Week 11. So 8, 9, 10. 11. Yeah, I had the Steelers losing to the Ravens. Here week 16, I think we beat the Ravens on the road. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that we beat the Ravens on the road. So that will put our record to 9-6. 9-6. All right, so 9-6. So we got week 17 on the Wednesday. Weird Wednesday at So I heard that it was like a situation with the schedule, Christmas or something or whatever like that. I don't know. It's like we have to play back-to-back games, Christmas, whatever. But December 25th, week 17 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time at Arkansas Stadium, it's a home game against the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is by far our toughest um, team to face in the schedule. I don't think we're going to beat the Chiefs at all, so that's going to be a loss. So we're going to drop down to 9-7. Um, 9-7. So week 18, we're at Arkansas Stadium once again. There is no date on this one, so it is actually at Arkansas Stadium. We play against the Cincinnati Bengals at home. So this is gonna be a toughie. I just feel like this game right here could have playoff implications, but that's just the thing. But I think I had us beating Cincinnati. No, I had Cincinnati beating us. Yeah, I had Cincinnati beating us. But right here, I think we actually get the win right here. So week 18, we end up getting the win. I think we get the win. So that will put our record at 10-7. So that's basically it, guys. So my final prediction for the season is we're gonna end with a 10-7 record. Might be good enough to make the playoff, but who knows? We're probably just gonna have to, like always, like every year, we have to depend on other teams to win. Um, so it's just that. So that's my predictions. 10-7 record. It could take us into the playoff, but what doesn't matter, guys. Like this team, man, is just. But Mike Tomlin, man, is just like he's just not like a playoff coach. He's not just watch us get into the first round and just lose. Yeah. But that would do it, guys, for my predictions. Thank you guys for watching. My final prediction is 10-7 record for this Pittsburgh Steelers team at the end of the regular season. I'm probably was wrong or right about some of them. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and I will see you for my first post game video against the Falcons. Yeah. Regular season game, week 1. So probably gonna be doing picks as well. I am not quite sure. I didn't really do NFL picks throughout the past couple years, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. See you guys later.